I'm friends with Mercy Chinwo and her husband, and when this debacle started, they were saying, there was one rift between her and her label, and she wanted her royalties paid, but the label guy was, saying that she breached her contract somehow. There was a flurry of accusations between both parties and everything. So I didn't meddle into it. I just was watching from afar because it was none of my business. But one day, I was at a show and she performed, and I said, "Hey, what's going on with you?" and everything. And she started talking, and she's very emotional. So she started crying and all that. I said, "Okay, you know what? I'll have to, talk to your husband, because the other party, her label, there were certain things they were saying on, the internet. They were saying certain claims were made, abuse of power and all that. So when I got into it, and the husband sat me down, we found out that royalties were paid. But, like you said, these distribution companies, there are like 4 of them. There's YouTube. Firstly, none of her songs are on her YouTube channel. They are on the label's channel, YouTube channel. And she hasn't seen the back end of it to know how much revenue was given. Okay. That's it. Now, these 3 other companies, Africori, Skiza, and Symphonic. Now, Africori, I think Mercy's husband now showed her proceeds to an artist. He said, between so and so from one distribution company, this is what she made. The artist said, "A lie." Based on her numbers, lie. Wow. So they did some findings. They now asked those distribution companies, give us figures. Okay. Only one could, and that was Africori. And Africori gave for the period of from 2020 to 2023, I think. And the amount of money was like $800 and something thousand. But she was given only dollars. Wow. No, she has high numbers. I think she's the third. Dollars, she's the third most streamed
gospel artist.
Female artist, not gospel, female artist, period. Wow. You understand? So only 90 grand was given her. Wow. No, not so, because from that 800,000 you have to pay the distribution company. Yeah. Then the thing that's remaining probably 600. So you're supposed to give her. So documents, I saw all the documents. So now when they mediated, used people like pastors from churches, they did a mediation, and they said, "Okay, you know what? Let's get an audit company. Let's audit and see and everything." But the label wasn't forthcoming. The audit company, I saw the document. The audit company said, based on the fact that the label is not forthcoming with the documents that we need, we're recusing ourselves from this. Okay. And the audit company left, and that's why they went ahead and got the EFCC to wade into the matter. And the EFCC said, "You have to show us," and they showed and said, "Hey, based on this, you received this based on your account, you received this. This is how much you're owing her. Pay her." And they now started propaganda that, he was held and forced to, pay. They let him go, and he even paid the money in 2 installments. He's still owing for that period. That's from one company. So, so they don't know the back end of YouTube. They don't know the back end of Skiza. They don't know the back end of Symphonic. So they said, okay, let's do an audit. But they are saying that Mercy breached a contract. Okay. So now, towards the end of her contract, the label said, all right, let us extend this contract for 12 years. 12 years? Yeah, wow. That's what so she said, no, don't worry. The contract ended, I think it started in 2017, 5-year contract, supposed to end in 2022 or something like that. So based on that, events that she was supposed to make appearances, it was the label that was handling it. So the label stopped giving events. There was another mediation. The label said, okay, you know what, we'll hand over your contact line to you. You handle events, but give us our own cut, which is 50-50. That's why now people were saying, she went behind that label. There is a letter to that I saw. So I saw all these things, and I said, hey, there's nobody standing for her because she's a big star and they feel she's the one abusing power. That's why I've never stepped into matters like that. I stay on my lane, but they're my friends. And one thing about me, if my friend is wrong, I say, you know what, you stole, you are wrong, return. But when I saw all the facts, and I mean, it is not in tandem with what the speculations are. Exactly. I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to put my foot down and make sure that the truth is brought out. And the thing is, even if you just come and mediate and say, okay, see all the back and see this, let us reach a compromise. But don't stop manipulating. You understand, and all that. And if I'm a media person and these people are my friends, I'm going to offer. I've not taken it. I've not asked for. I'm doing it pro bono because they are my friends. Because
as it is, there's a lot of transparency, and then this particular situation is a good way to show people how things should be done when you sign up with a label.
Do you know now? They said. Do you know what obtains right now? When your music is being streamed, there's a dashboard. The label sees the dashboard. the artist sees, say, based on this is this is this. It's just everything. Then the person knows already. It's transparent. You know what you're going to get at the end of the month. Say, okay, this is it because of this is what I'm getting. This is what you're getting. It is live, transparent. But if people don't know the back end of distribution, okay, for instance, Mercy's album is on Qatar Airlines.
Okay.
She hasn't, according to Mercy, she hasn't been paid publishing.
Wow.
From inception. So
she hasn't been paid. What about the label?
The label hasn't paid her. She said that's what she's saying.
The label has been paid, but she hasn't received anything.
She has not received based on publishing.
Okay.
So here's my. I don't know the details of. I'm not privy to the information that Frank.
A label owner who's my friend called me, Frank. Listen, you have to stay away from this guy. I said, why? Why am I going to stay? He said, no. This is the thing that happens between artists that artists feel that they will come. He said, Mercy asks for her catalog back. I said, me, I'm not fighting for catalog. Catalog. If you signed something with catalog, it's an agreement. Me, I I don't know about that one. But what I'm talking about is based on the contract you signed, you should pay her royalties.
But you know, typically, to answer your earlier question, or what you alluded to about why these things happen so frequently.
Exactly.
Right? I don't know the details of this specific scenario, but the reason it happens all the time and will continue to happen, sadly, is because when an artist is about to be signed, he's desperate to blow. That's his number one motivation.
Okay.
Cool. He's not looking at the fine details of the contract, right?
Doesn't even believe he can make that. And I think that's what happened in that case.
Number two problem is that artists believe that the investment of the record label should not be recouped, and I'll explain. So if I sign an artist, just wait. So if I sign an artist, I put you in a house, I buy you a car, I spend money to promote your music, which is the biggest cost point. Actually, music promotion.
Yes, music promotion.
Right now, and you can check with music executives, on an average, to promote a record in Nigeria today will cost you between 50 to 70 million, maybe even more.
What are the details of promoting the record?
It's about, getting it airplay, getting it out there, getting it to the DJs, getting it on radio, getting it on
DSPs, getting it on the streaming platform.
Getting,
promotion,
plugging it in different markets. It costs money. It costs a lot of money.
Now, getting it on TVC.
So shooting music videos, all of those things, the costuming, all of those things. A music video costs so much money. Now, you typically would make that investment over 6, if there's a quick turnaround, if the artist blows quickly, 6 months to 1 year period. Sometimes 3 years, you're putting money in, the artist hasn't started making revenues, right?
Okay.
All of those monies you are spending globally in music term, it is called recoupable investment.
Okay.
It's not dash. Nobody's Father Christmas. You're supposed to be able to recoup
that investment.
Okay.
So if you have a 3-year deal, let's say you are the artist and the record label, I've spent 500 million to get you to blow, right? And we have a 3-year deal. Now, for me to recoup that money, we're not even talking about making a return on that investment, just so that I get my 500 million back.
Your capital.
My capital, that I recoup it. It might mean that the terms of our contract from a revenue split standpoint means that whatever revenues you make, I get 70%, you get 30%. Because if I don't get that big chunk, I will make my 500 million back. Do you get what I mean? Now, a lot of times, when these artists are signing, the 70-30 was there, but 70% of nothing is zero. So it doesn't impact them yet.
They've just
but the day it gets paid 3 million and you want to collect 70% of it, that's the day we're allowed.